Hi, welcome to JJ's Productions. We've got another Hitman 2 video. This time we're doing two challenges in Santa Fortuna, and they are Hard-At Area and Deadlier Heart. And I'm from Stoke-on-Trent, and it's very hard to say words beginning with H and A at times, so heart and art are very hard for me to say. Anyway, moving on, we're going to shoot that. We've started the shamans up purely so that we can manufacture a kill for Rico Delgado in this video, so I am just making this bit up as I go along. Now, as you can see, I've got the soda cans and I picked a lockpick up which I've smuggled in, so that's just a few things that I'm bringing up to date on. Now, I've started here before, and my pet hate about this is that it takes such a long time for the shaman to actually move. I wish there was a way that you could prompt him to move just a little bit faster, but unfortunately there isn't. So I essentially rush there, get all that stuff I need, sit back here, and it takes till about the minute and 30 mark until the shaman actually moves over to the other side of the area, and we can knock out the traveller and the shaman. So there's not a lot we can do here, unfortunately, except for wait. The traveller will bring up about the fact that the stuff that he's cooking doesn't look right, or at least not right compared to what the other three have had, and he'll just cause a big fuss, and the shaman will go over there to try and get some herbs to fix it. When I was trying this route, I did actually try and do something to bide the time. Like, there are two guards just through a door ahead, and I was thinking, should I try and knock them out, maybe to get an easier pathway going that way. But in the end, it just wasn't worth it. It was more hassle doing that than actually just waiting for these two. So I'm sorry that there was a wait, but equally, I think, what's the point? You can knock them two out, them three are that stone that they won't hear or see anything. So all you gotta do is drag both bodies into the shaman's hut. Equally, if you haven't got the lockpick or you don't want to use a lockpick, there's a crate just outside, plus there's tons of foliage to hide the bodies. So I would advise taking them out of sight, just for the fact that the two guards do wander into this area at some point, I think around the 15 to 20 minute mark on the timer. So you don't want the bodies to be found, even if you are doing a non-silent assassin route. So once you've got both bodies hidden, change into the shaman, and we're going to start Hard-At Area. Area is really going to get me today, and art. Right, so this is the bit that, again, I dislike about the shaman challenges, because both of them involve going to the construction site. But also, with both of them, you need to get Andrea Martinez, and you need to sort of make her aware you're doing the challenge. So it's not like you can just go straight to the construction site. You have got to get Martinez first. So it essentially means you've got to go essentially around the perimeter of the map, and it just makes a longer route. Ideally, you could, I would like to cut across the map essentially and just get there a little faster. But if you do that, you're not going to get Martinez. So again, it just adds time on. I mean, about the time that Martinez dies, even though the kill itself isn't that complicated, I'd say it's about the 7 to 8 minute mark, just off the top of my head. I can't actually remember the time, but yeah, it's just baffling how long this one takes. Now, I'm standing here because there is a camera there. I will take the surveillance out, but just at this point I would rather not waste my time, so that's why I just stand here. I think, why get caught if you don't need to? Martinez will just waffle on for about 20 seconds or so. At that point she'll say, if you know the way, go to the construction site, and that's when we'll go. So yeah, I do have issues with this challenge. It's not just this one, but it is the other one as well, and it's not like either of these are bad challenges. In fact, the other challenge is very entertaining in terms of the end result, where she gets pushed into the cement mixer. Or you know, pushed by the cement mixer. But it's just the build-up for it is very laboured. It'd be good if you could just rush it all along, you know, like there was a way of, oh, the shaman's already there, right, Andrea's going to go and meet you there, you know, rather than actually having to be proactive and Andrea just needs to know. So it's small things. I mean, if anything, I think if you didn't need to get Andrea there to begin with, it would create some interesting opportunities, and that you could actually just go straight there and set things up for when Andrea's there. But the fact is, we've even got the construction guy who always takes his time getting there. I mean, I'm pretty much sprinting ahead of him now because I'm bored. And what I do is I go into like the little hut nearby, just grab a few things from in there. And by the time I've done that, he's still only just getting into position. It's just little things, but I think, come on, just make this challenge a little bit faster. You know, it doesn't take much, but it's like I pick up the can, I pick the blueprints up, and if I'm right, I even go to this little locked cabinet and I just check what's inside, which I think was lethal pills or a lethal syringe. So, you know, it's small things, but I think, come on, why don't they just work on it and speed it all up? It wouldn't hurt. So anyway, this guy's just literally getting into position, and just because I do like trying these things, I thought, let's see if we can get it look like 47's really listening to him. But yeah, this is sort of what you go through when you just try and record it and make it look interesting. So yeah, 47's really interested in this conversation. Andrea's making her way over. As far as the other kills, just while we're waiting for this, Rico's kill is the idea we're going to drop a bit of art on him. It's a very dangerous looking piece of art, so that is quite... I mean, when I was doing Silent Assassin Suit Only, I did see that piece of art and I thought, ooh, I wonder if I can drop something on him. But as it turns out, he doesn't go under there under normal circumstances. You have to lure him with a coin. So it's quite disappointing, really, because if there had been a challenge, even Suit Only, I would have been tempted to try and manipulate it. But as it turns out, it isn't that simple. Anyway, we're just moving on. I've dropped my gun and I'm thrown a coin. That'll get this guard out of the area. Andrea's in the vicinity now, so we can do the ritual. And as soon as she gives the go-ahead, we're going to do it. In that time, the guard will see the gun, which he already has. He'll pick the gun up and start to take it away. Now, don't worry, because we are going to get the gun back. It's just a case that we've had to take the guard out of the area. So, 47's into the ritual. I do love these challenges. Anyway, once that's done, Andrea's going to get close to the position. Now, don't crouch like I've done in the past, because it means that an NPC who's just going past by this area might just question what 47's up to. Here he is. So if you crouch, he'll say, "Oh, what are you doing?" And it just makes it a little bit harder to do the kill. So just stay standing up until he's passed by, and then you can crouch. At this point, Andrea will move a step forward, and she'll be in the vicinity of the object we're going to drop on her, the big box. So there you go, press the button, it'll drop on her, easy kill. So yeah, it's a fun challenge. I do think the cement mixer one was the more fun out of the two, just for the fact that I love seeing it go pew. But yeah, it's still a good one. So I've picked my gun back up from where that guard took it, and I've also equipped a coin just so that no one saw the shaman with a gun in his hand. Now we're going to go towards the hippo area now, because we're going to get a disguise. So use the foliage if you want, but no one will really see you in this area, so there's no big risk. I think in this attempt I actually did try and lure one of these two guards into this area, but I don't think it worked. So if I stop here at this point, I'm going to think I did it. Did I? I'm looking because I stopped. Yeah, I did try it. I thought there are two guards there, and I thought, will a coin lure one of them over? And as it turns out, it won't. So I'm a little surprised at that. I mean, it is in earshot for the both of them. I mean, the way I see it is, in the mansion, you can throw a coin, and it'll lure a mansion staff from 2 floors down. So really, that coin should have lured him. So a little disappointing, but I'm not complaining either. The main aim is to get this guy in the pink top. So we're going to wait for the hippo wrangler to move. I'm concealed in foliage, so there's no big issue here. And the idea is, as soon as the hippo guy's gone, we're going to just lure this guy over here. We're going to use a coin. We're going to subdue him, and we're going to hide him in a crate just around, well, just in the cave area we passed through. So it's fairly simple. The only reason we want the disguise is because we need to get into the mansion. So this hippo guy takes his time, so I'm actually going fast forward into the kill. Not to the kill, to the subdue. So it'll be about 30 seconds or so. See you in a minute. So I only fast forwarded at that point because I just didn't fancy waiting around for that guy to move. But as you've seen, I've thrown a coin right at the wall. We're going to pick the coin up as soon as it's done, and we're going to subdue him around the corner. Nice and simple, no big fuss about this takedown. Drag the body. As I've said, there's a crate just down here, so you can hide him nice and easy, and you've got disguise. What I think is the most difficult part about this Rico challenge is the fact that you've got to time placing the coin. If you place a coin as soon as you walk into the area, it's a case that one of the guards will see the coin and it'll prevent Rico from going for it. So you pretty much have to be there and then race up to complete the kill. It's harder than it sounds, as mad as that may be. It's a case of you've just got to be very precise. You can't just leave Rico and, leave the kill set up and then just wait for the Rico to be ready. You've got to sort of act when you see him. So by no means is it difficult, but it's just a little bit annoying because if you do like doing multiple things at once in this game, it prevents you from doing that. So as you can see, I'm in the mansion. I'm just going to go through these doors and the art piece is just above us. I've also been caught on camera, so I've got to delete the surveillance at some point. So as you can see, there's the art, and that is the area where we're going to drop the coin. So at this point, I'm just waiting because there's not a lot I can do. Ideally, I would have got past that area without getting caught on camera, and I would have actually shot the camera whilst I was waiting. But because I've been caught on camera, there's not much point in destroying it. And equally, Rico's in the area, so I'm not going to go and try and delete the surveillance because the nearest one is quite a way away. So it's just wise to just leave it a moment. So yeah, at this point I was a little bit mesmerised by the picture-in-picture showing the CCTV. I'm like, I'm here, I'm not moving, I'm still here. I was really hoping the picture-in-picture had cut off, as if to say, all right, you've been caught on camera now. But yeah, the picture-in-picture was quite insistent, that I know. Anyway, Rico's here, so we're going to place the coin on the ground. As soon as he goes near the stairs, you'll see the coin and he'll go to pick it up. That's an advantage because I was expecting him to tell one of his guards to pick it up, but he doesn't. Once he's underneath, press this button and it'll drop the art on him. Kill completed. Now get out of the area as fast as possible because you will be under suspicion if you don't get out of there. I wouldn't go through that door because there's an enforcer, so go through this door. So at this point, if you just wanted tips on how to do those 2 kills, thank you very much for watching and I hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you have done already. However, if you want to see how I finished off Jorge, continue watching. I wasn't exactly sure what I was going to do for this kill because I've done a lot of them with Rico, with Jorge now, and I didn't want to do something completely repetitive, but on the other hand, I thought, what can I do? So yeah, this one was just a bit of a challenge as far as trying to entertain viewers. So yeah, it was interesting, let's call it that. Now, I wish I could say I did something really creative that was, I did a flying phone like CJ or something bonkers like that. But the reality is I just did a fibre wire kill. So if that's enough to disappoint you, sorry, I'll see you in another video. Honestly, I hadn't done Piano Man yet, so I thought let's get a Piano Man challenge out of the way and kill one of the targets with fibre wire. So yeah, I even didn't really do anything special for this kill as far as I didn't try and lure him away in a separate area. I just did what I've done in the past, which is use the drug lab area to lure him inside. I was actually surprised that this disguise works very well in this area. I thought that I'd get... Well, I wouldn't have thought it'd be trespassing, but I thought it'd actually be a hostile at this point. But obviously, Rico's guards are allowed in this area, so another one that I was surprised at. The hippie surprised me as well, that he was allowed in here, so there's quite a bit of openness about the disguises in this area that really did get me. So, drug lab area. I've done this before, but I might as well go through it once more. Actually, I don't know why this guy decided to come over. I think he just heard me and thought, alright, I'll go and investigate the noise. But what I am going to do, I'm going to turn on the... turn off the generator. I'm going to lure one of the drug lab workers out. I'm also going to destroy the cameras in the area, just so that they don't catch me doing anything illegal. So, bang, there's one to the left as well, so we're going to shoot that. And then we're going to shoot the... Well, you can shoot it, but I ended up just turning it off, the generator. So once we've got that, we've already got the little card thing to actually interact with the drug machine, so all we have to do is get inside without being illegal. And that's why we're getting the disguise on. So it's quite simple really. So this guy comes outside, he's going to turn the generator back on. As soon as the generator's back on, use the brick to knock him out. And we're going to take his disguise so we can get inside. Once we're inside, we're going to hide in a crate and we're going to wait for Rico to clear the room out before we use the fibre wire. So here we go. Drag, drag, drag. Draggedy, drag, drag. Inside the crate, change disguise, and what we're going to do is put the computer chip thing into the machine. So I'm in no rush here. I mean, honestly, if you're still watching at this point, I'm actually thankful that you've given me the watch time, because, you know, this is a very open kill, isn't it? You know, I mean, you could use Piano Man on any of the targets, so if you're watching this one, I do appreciate it. But yeah, they're going to notice that the machine's working, so Rico will come running in, which to this date I still think is the funniest thing in the game, seeing Jorge Franco running. Got Rico on my mind here. So yeah, Jorge comes running. He'll clear the room out, and as you can see, I've got the fibre wire equipped. I've got no qualms about using it, so just gotta wait for the room to empty. So as far as these challenges go, because I do like to assess how they go in terms of a route, I'm not happy as far as the length of time for it, because this video runs at 22 minutes nearly, and I dislike the idea that probably 10 minutes of that is setting up the challenges. You know, you've probably got a good 5 to 8 minutes setting up Andrea, another 3 to 5 getting to Rico, and there's probably another 2 getting to Jorge. So yeah, I wish the runtime had been better for that. I think it's a big problem with Santa Fortuna in general. I don't think any of the challenges are very easy to get from one target to another, but you know, I think unless you get grouped challenges like the statue challenge in Heart of Stone, I don't think any of them actually group well together. So yeah, it's a little bit disappointing, that I'll admit. But as you can see, I'm just going back to the playthrough. That guard's leaving. We're going to wait until he's in a stationary position before we make our move. We do not want him head turning and seen as committing a kill. So as you can see, I'm just checking he's standing still. We're going to use the fibre wire. Garrot, and he's dead. Hide him in the crate. Now, the tricky bit at this point is actually getting our disguise back, because there are quite a few drug lab workers out there now, and there's a chance any one of them could see the change. So I did take a chance on it, which, considering I'd just done 3 kills, was a bit of a risk, but no big problem in the end. And at this point, we can actually go back to Rico's mansion, because that is what we needed at this point. I needed to actually delete the surveillance. You know, it wasn't that I couldn't find an exit, it was just there was still one more thing to do. So the best place to delete the surveillance was the basement of Rico's mansion. So let's go down here. There is an enforcer in this area, I believe, but let's just check. This way you do have to remember things. Yeah, it's one of those sitting down, so it's no big issue. If you go through the left, you won't get a glimpse of you, or at least a good enough glimpse. This guy is an enforcer, but as you can see, it's easy to avoid him. We're going to go into the room on the left. Make sure he's not looking when you walk in that direction. There's an enforcer in here as well, but it's no big issue. I did shoot the surveillance here, and I'm not sure it was the wisest thing as far as bullet impact noticed. But I didn't get caught, so it wasn't the biggest drama, but equally, don't hang around and get caught. So, after that, you can leave. And the nearest one is, if I'm right, a motorboat that you can get out via using a paddle. I'm not 100% certain how you do that. The next nearest one is the car, if you manage to pick up Rico's keys. What I decided to do though was, I thought, let's use an exit I haven't used yet. And I've used quite a few of them in Santa Fortuna, I feel. So I thought, let's try a different one. And the nearest one that I hadn't done was by the harbour. So I thought, alright, let's use that. So as you can see, I just decided, right, we're going that way, so veer right here. And again, an issue I had here is I didn't know what was legal and what was illegal in this disguise, and it turns out this disguise is quite useful, because there's a few areas I've walked in and it's not trespassing, you don't get funny looks for doing things, so I will have to keep that in mind. And as you can see, it's just in that little outhouse there, so I was playing this very cautiously. I didn't want to get caught so close to an exit. So what I did is I dropped a gun here and I threw a coin to draw this guy's attention. But when I say this guy, I mean the guy inside. But really, I didn't need to do any of this. I could have just walked straight through to the exit. So I'm feeling a bit of a div about this, but you live and learn. So yeah, as you can see, I'm going to throw a coin, I'm going to throw a coin, and I think I might drop a gun as well, and it'll lure this guy away. It is the trouble if you don't know if an exit's legal or not. You've got to take all precautions. So I would like to thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel for more Hitman 2 videos, and I hope to see you in a future one. Thank you very much for watching. See you next time. Bye for now, everyone.